Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 25th of April. So, what's going on? Well, we've got the markets having a little rally at the moment against the dollar. We'll come back to that in a moment. News-wise today, we've just got this afternoon, let me just bring in here. Let's just come back a day, 25th, that would be good. So today we've got the advanced GDP, it's the key figure here. Unemployment claims, etc. Later, but it's the advanced GDP is probably the bigger mover of those, expected to come in around about 2.5%. Anything above that obviously will give the dollar a bit more of a boost again. Anything below that won't necessarily be good at all. It won't be disinflationary though, and it will probably hit the equity markets more than anything else, because it's showing less growth in the economy. Okay, we've talking about the markets. They've taken a bit of a hit on the basis of metadata. Meta's results certainly gave them a negative move there. Their outlook not so good. Anyway, let's look at what's setting up here. We'll start off on the Forex markets on the euro dollar. And the euro this morning, at the moment, it's been having a little bit of a rally. Actually, it's maybe it's got some more in it. It's actually running in this channel still, this ascending channel. You come back to the dailies there, you can see it sitting in its little channel here. At the moment, it looks like that channel might actually be ruined in terms of technical basis. It'd be nice if it rolled down to the bottom there and then broke and carried on, but that would be the ideal channel. But the way things are moving here with the higher lows and the higher highs coming through here, at the moment it still looks relatively bullish. 60-minute basis here, you can see yesterday it spent most of its day on its daily pivot. That was it. We expected it to come back. It was selling off when I was doing the recording around about 7:45 there. It started moving down there on that bar. Well, it hit the target, but really scalpy territory when you're looking at markets like that. This morning, well, it's already hit the daily pivot there, hit the R1, not far off its R2 at the moment. The problem with what we've seen here is a large amount of movement that's occurred outside our normal trading time, but who knows, we could get a reversal or something, but it's not looking bullish, and there's not a lot of shorts setting up. Right, it's already gone. The pound dollar again, looking more positive. We're seeing these bars coming through here, not really breaking any downward trend. Downward trend is still firmly there. Should really probably adjust that now. There, over to there. So that trend is still firmly to the downside on the bigger time frames. On the lower time frames, though, we have managed to break around a little bit here. I quite like this 4-hourly picture that's sort of sitting here. It's gone a bit more bullish on the intermediate time frame. So for day traders, yep, okay, could have something in there. The only problem again, like the euro, it's already run through its R1 and into its R2. Nice pattern, nice higher lows coming through there. Maybe some confidence on the shorter term time frames would have been to buy into this, but I wouldn't want to be buying at a top at the moment. Now this might not stall here altogether. It might just carry on pushing, but we've already seen a good amount of movement again today. Dollar yen, you know what's happened here. Yen is going the opposite way to where it should be going effectively. We've seen the dollar, the pound, etc. strengthen. The yen is continuing to weaken. It's got to be given a hard old time when we look at. I'll just show you. If you look at, there we are. Let's just do a refresh on this IG, and if you look at what the big money, not at all, retail traders have been like this. 85% roughly is short on the US dollar yen. Now at some stage they might be lucky, but there's probably either a lot of people deep underwater on those trades, or they've been stopped numerous times trying to go counter trade at the moment. Major risk when you're sitting like that. It's too easy for those that do get into these short positions, place their stop 20-30 pips above there, only to see them smashed out again. They become targets, those stops. Anyway, you see the Aussie, people have been buying that. Well, there might be more reason to be buying the Aussie than selling the US dollar yen at the moment. It's very speculative. As I said yesterday, a lot of people will just continue to lose money all the way through on it, and I would think that there's a fair few underwater at the moment. So where to with this? Well, anyone's guess really. We could be seeing this. Could see the Bank of Japan eventually do something, but it's going to be so quick. All we can do is wait until it's actually there for the short side. For the long side, well, if you've got setups at the moment, it seems like, well, just take them, but just be aware that it could switch back on you. Aussie dollar, so people have been buying this. Well, this is more of a sensible buy in my book. Higher lows coming through. Maybe some sensible money there on this one at the moment. It is pushing up. It started turning, looking pretty decent. Hourly wise, well, maybe it's got some more legs in it today at some stage, but I'd be guided by what the euro pound are doing as well. There's no reason for the Aussie just to be charging out on its own. There's nothing particularly great that's come through there, but it's more about what the US dollar's doing today that will affect these markets. Okay, nothing literally set there at this stage. US dollar CAD. I quite like the short side of this. It's we've seen this rally yesterday. It had a bit of a rally day, but it's looking off again at the moment. It's already through its daily pivot here. Still got the S1. Maybe it will push on a bit further this morning, but of the markets there, okay, it's a bit behind the curve. The others have already pushed on, so you could argue where it's slowing down there, but the Bank of Canada minutes weren't particularly clear yesterday, I think is the term. But anyway, what we're seeing here at the moment technically is a move to the downside. New Zealand dollar, just like the Aussie, pushing up there. I'm not so keen on. Wouldn't be a keen buyer of the New Zealand dollar. The Aussie dollar, I think, is the better of the two. This is more sluggish. The Aussie dollar's well ahead in terms of its price action. This is probably playing a bit of catch up, and yeah, it still looks okay technically here. It's shorter time frames. It's been having some decent moves. Possibly a case of waiting for the retracements to be buying, but I'd rather buy on a retrace of the Aussie than I would on the New Zealand at the moment. The Swissy, well, we're seeing a bit of a correction here. This might give us reason at some stage if we can find some decent support for the buy side, but it has gone. Look at yesterday was very choppy. Day before, pretty choppy, and it's gone a bit flat in terms of, for large periods of the day. So much more of a swing if you can get it, but you can see really just from the coming back to the dailies here how long it's been sitting in sort of relatively tight ranges. Euro yen continuing to fire up there again. As I said, well, this is one of the most sold pairings, and it's pushing and pushing and pushing. Unfortunately, I was saying just a short while ago in Train Room, a lot of these movements they look great, but unless you've bought and you're in there, they're firing off quite late. I mean, maybe if you'd seen this yesterday, you could have been. It never actually got even back to its daily pivot to give us a reversal off. But let's say you took it quite late, you'd have to be looking around about sort of 3 o'clock-ish, 4 o'clock time maybe. It really got its move for the continuation. So it's a case of looking for some of the retracements on it. But this was a news-based bit of action that went here earlier in the week. There would appear my data coming out there. It's doing it, but it's doing it in a bit of a harsh way to get in, basically. But again, even on the swing side, with the risk of the yen being sold at some stage, whilst I wouldn't want to be sitting here and trying to get shorts on it, I can understand why people think, well, there's a chance here that they're going to make a fair few quid very quickly, but more likely to be losing a fair few quid quite slowly or quite regularly. Right. Anyway, there's a euro yen. I'll look at the other pairs in the trading room in a short while. Just a quick look at for those that follow the indices, etc. Gold's got itself in a bit of a mess here, but as you can see on the short time, we've seen it just peaking up a little bit maybe at the moment with the softer US dollar, but look, it's fractional and it's sitting there in a consolidated phase. Now it's not sitting on the consolidation right at its lows, it's up a little bit there, so it might have a better chance of pushing to the upside again at some stage. A break of that R1, that daily R1, might actually be a more positive move there, although it has spiked and failed at around those levels before. It may be safer to wait for the break, the retest, and then try and get onto it if you're going to be trading it. But at the moment, it's a bit ugly. And gold and oil. Well, oil remains a bit twitchy as well in terms of the price action. 4 hourly, much more consolidated this week at the moment. And yesterday, what a mess. You get these lovely couple of days, or sort of an odd day, and some nice movements going at weird times of the day, of course, as well. But just got to leave it as it is. Equity markets, S&Ps, didn't like the data last night. Post market, it ended up on a downward day there. This is looking, I mean, the risk, of course, is again here you'd be trading against potential good results coming out there, but this is looking quite bearish overall. And I'm looking here, big sort of flaggy pattern, although it has put some higher lows within this, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. A break below the weekly pivot though becomes to me a bit more bearish again. You can see the dailies, it's sort of it's having its moments. There's a real battle with the data coming out. Probably best left this week whilst we got 40% of the capital markets reporting, and see if we can catch something more next week in terms of trends on them. There will certainly be some trends coming through, he says, or more likely to be. All these equity markets are pretty similar. The Nasdaq took the hit there with Meta, etc. Reporting. There was quite a big hit there after markets closed. UK market, UK the DAX. Well, DAX. Let's just look at the bigger picture here. It fired off last night, came back there. Actually, it peaked yesterday morning. Was that yesterday morning? Yep, it was yesterday morning it peaked there. It retraced, but never got any real return there. 6 o'clock in the evening, it got the return. So the pivot tried, but it failed. And there's a sort of an early weakness sitting in here. I think with the comments and the potential cuts in rates and whatever else is certainly given the pound a slightly harder time, but although it doesn't seem to be having much of a hard time at the moment, but we're certainly seeing the equity market seeing a little bit more bullish on that basis. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you tomorrow. For you YouTubers, take care. Bye for now.